Well, good afternoon, everybody. What a great turnout we have here. We filled the place. As everyone takes their seats, I'd just like to welcome you all here. Special welcome to everybody here, especially the friends and colleagues of Mrs. Haury, who we're going to be honoring today. I know we have a number of civic leaders here today. We have faculty, we have staff, we have students. Thank you, all of us, for joining us to dedicate the Agnese Nelms Haury Lecture Hall and celebrating Mrs. Haury. My name is Andrew Comrie. I am the provost here at the University of Arizona. And I'm also a climate scientist and environmental scientist, and I love being in this building because I don't usually get to spend too much time here. So this is special for me to come over and visit the NR2 building. Mrs. Haury made it her life's work to create a more just and sustainable society through intellectual and financial contributions to cultural preservation and to international human rights. And part of that, of course, was honoring some things that we do here at the University of Arizona, for which we're very, very thankful. We're going to have, of course, a whole celebration of what that means here in the next half hour or so. But before we do that, we're going to start our program with a tribal blessing. Most of you know, but maybe not all of you know, that we are actually here on traditional Tohono O'odham land. This university, we've borrowed the land for a while to build this university here, and we always like to honor the original inhabitants of this place. And as we do at many of our events on campus, we're going to begin with a blessing. Tribal blessing is particularly fitting today, given Mrs. Haury's passion for preserving the culture and the environment of the Southwest. And conducting our ceremony today is Jesse Navarro of the Tohono O'odham Nation. Jesse, will you please come up and lead us in the blessing? And if I could ask you all to stand while he does the blessing.
Skokudinek Anyap Jugik Jesse Navarro Anyiki Jukshantam Banyagahaj and Saboy Takamaja Wawagir Wakjukshan. My name is Jesse Navarro and good evening. I come from the community of Coalfields in the Babakiri district on the Tohono O'odham Nation, but I reside here in Tucson, and it's a privilege to be here this evening to give you many blessings for yourselves, for your families, for our community that we work with, our students and our staff. And I just want to say a few words, and then at the end I'll be singing a song. The song talks about the Harshan, the Saguaro, and it comes from the community of Wak, otherwise known as Sanavir Mission area. The song is about the Harshan that stands there, and as the evening sets, there's a real thin cloud that travels towards the west, and it gets caught on one of the arms, and the sun sets there. Creator, we thank you for this day. We ask you for many blessings upon our hearts, and take away any negativity, any hurt, sorrow that we have, that we hold. We lift it up to you, Creator, to take care of it for us. As we travel through our lives, we come to many obstacles, and we ask you to take care of those obstacles for us and lead us on the right path. We thank you for the blessings you've given us here this evening, the stories, the words that we're about to take in, to learn from, to help one another, and to share what we are going to hear tonight. We ask you to bless our families, our homes, that we attend to each day, that we may be able to sleep well, that we are also be able to dream good. Again, we thank you, Creator, for this day, for the weather, for the flowers that are blooming, for the animals that are coming out now. We ask you for many more blessings ahead of us, and that you take care of us in any way that you can, and to remind us that each day is a blessing for all of us here. We ask of you this, Creator. Huduningata Gil Hashanaka Katamachawa Damo Huduningata Gil Hashanaka Katamachawa Apohem Huduningata Gil We Nyai Wa Marachutat Tiaringa Mochewa Nyai Wa Marachutat Doraringa Kingi Ko Namo Hoduringata Gil Hashanaka Katamachawa Namo Hoduringata Gil Hashanaka Katamachawa Apohem Hoduringata Gil We Nyai Wa Marachutat Tiaringa Mochewa Nyai Wa Marachutat Doraringa Kingi Ko Namo Hoduningata Gil Hashanaka Katamachawa Gamo Hoduningata Gil Hashanaka Katamachawa Apohem Hoduningata Gil We Nyai Wa Marachutat Tiaringa Mochewa Nyai Wa Marachutat Doraringa Kingi Ko Namo Hoduningata Gil Hashanaka Katamachawa Gamo Hoduningata Gil Hashanaka Katamachawa Apohem Hoduningata Gil We Nyai Wa Marachutat Tiaringa Mochewa Nyai Wa Marachutat Doraringa Kingi Ko You guys may be seated now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jesse. So next, we're going to hear a poetry reading from Alison Deming. Alison is one of the Agnese Nelms Haury chairs in Environment and Social Justice, and her fieldwork includes engaging U of A grad students on Grand Manan Island in Canada to create documentary-style projects exploring how climate change has affected the local population. So please join me in welcoming Alison Deming.
This poem has an epigraph from Robert Pogue Harrison's book Gardens, and it says, "The story of human care has not yet come to an end." Golden pomegranate. Say yes to the pomegranate, because the pomegranate said yes to the desert. Yes to Afghanistan and Sonora. Yes to Pima and Odam. Yes to Father Kino's gunny sack, packed with quince, peach, and pear, crossing perilous ocean east, following learned rivers north. A river learns the land while carving its way, as fruit learns its sweetness from enduring seclusion, crammed in dense and lightless ground. The pomegranate made no complaint of its hardship above ground or below. Yes to aridity, yes to monsoon, yes to backyard, yes to industrial orchard. Persephone and Eve knew pomegranates. What color were the areoles that they pulled from the mottled, leathery skin? Blood red, if history were to tell the truth. But in the mission garden, and in 1,000 backyards lost among weeds, stands the tree, growing yes to kitchen, yes to dining table. Wait for it to ripen, then slice off the top and bottom, open the cask of the fruit, and find black seeds and flesh so bright and wet they look like frogs' eggs in a pond. But no, each seed is portioned in its leathery room, each cluster nested in protected space, this golden fruit that is the yes defying history. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Allison. So soon you're going to see a video of interviews with some folks who knew Mrs. Haury best and who are carrying on her work today. Now, they all agree that she was remarkably down to earth and may not have welcomed all this attention that her transformative investment has generated. And having met her a few times, I can underline that statement. And her impact, on the other hand, is too great to go unrecognized. And that's what we really want to do here today. Support from Mrs. Haury's estate has increased the capacity of the community and the university in meaningful and impactful ways on some of the most important challenges facing not only all of us and people in society, but in fact our entire planet. Actually, this lecture hall's location within this beautiful ENR2 building, as we call it, the Environment and Natural Resources 2 building. Number 1 is next door, just that way. There's actually 3 and 4 planned for those who are interested, just across the street. But this location here and this building is quite fitting given what Mrs. Haury really thought and did with regards to the university. She had a love on not only the university, but of the Southwest and all the people who live here. And this building helps to mirror that. As you probably noticed, it's built around the idea of a desert slot canyon through the middle of the building here with overhanging balconies and other features that give a sense of what a slot canyon feels like. And you probably noticed as you came in from outside how it was quite a bit cooler just through the natural shading inside the canyon. And it also provides abundant opportunities for people to mix and interact in the intervening spaces, up and down all the different levels of the building. So it has this big open design and a number of meeting spaces, and this is one of the prime meeting spaces in the entire building. So quite fitting that we're linking it with Mrs. Haury's name. So as I've said, Agnese had a deep connection to the University of Arizona and its students and the faculty here. Here's a few of the things she's done just to give you some sense of how deep that connection was. She created graduate scholarships and academic fellowships. And the intention of those was to attract the best and brightest to the U of A programs we have here and to sustain the work of the recipients over time. She gave generously to the School of Anthropology, which was founded by her husband, Emil Haury, to the Southwest Center, and to the Arizona State Museum. Mrs. Haury made a $9 million gift for construction of the Bryant Bannister Tree Ring Building. And if you haven't visited that building, it's another remarkable place just like this one. And built on the idea of a tree house, actually the same architect as this building as well. And so she really made that building possible. With her support, the U of A has established the Agnese Haury Institutes for Interpretation, which are the home of the nation's longest-running intensive Spanish-English interpretive training program. And we were very fortunate to be able to recognize Mrs. Haury with an honorary doctorate of humane letters and a Citizen of the Year award. The Agnese Nelms Haury program in Environment and Social Justice, which is anchored in this building, advances both the causes that were important to her and the University of Arizona. For a little over a year, this program has supported students and faculty, projects, research, community groups, all of whom work at the nexus of the environmental and social justice arena. And the Haury program provides the leadership and the resources to improve the prospects and enrich the lives of people through community partnerships connected with that program. So now let's watch that video I mentioned, and it will tell us more about Mrs. Haury personally and the impact that she had on the people and world around her during her lifetime, as well as how her legacy is being continued today here at the U of A. Let's roll the video.
She was very excited about seeds she have brought. Actually, she gave me some that didn't do well in my soil, and her soil, it was nurtured better, and you know that. She had that sense of wonder, you know, sense of what makes it work.
I am originally from Mexico, and in my country civil society is still a little bit weak. We need to cover some empty spaces in terms of governance, in terms of decision making. So I will be very happy to collaborate with my expertise and my skills that I gained here at the U of A in leading that kind of conversation, in leading that kind of change.
One thing I really respect and admire about her is how she seemed to not be interested in flash. She wanted substance, and I feel like that's true of what's happening, that these are really substantive programs that might not always be the most glamorous or attention-grabbing right off the bat, but that are doing really inspiring and important work.
Some of her happiest moments involved times when she and her friends would go to secondhand shops and find things that she liked. And when we traveled, she was always wearing clothes that she had purchased locally. So she had this personal austerity in terms of how she would spend money on herself, but wanted to lavish money on causes that she considered to be important.
I think this program is so tremendous because it offers unleashed potential. We have the creativity, we have the experience, we have the people that have the cultural background, we have all those pieces, and the Haury program is really, in the simplest terms, just bringing all those pieces together.
One of the ways the Haury program has helped us with STEM education is through the support of STEM teachers in the state of Arizona in a wonderful 10-day program held at Biosphere 2, but to help secondary and elementary school teachers improve their STEM knowledge and their ability to teach and entice young Arizonans to the study of the STEM disciplines.
This community university partnership, I think, is critical to the people involved, to the Haury program, and really for really making transformational change in some of these wicked problems and challenges that we have ahead of us.
I did not know Mrs. Haury, but it's fun to get to know her through her people that did know her, and the thing that impresses me most about her was how she was so selfless in her actions, as I understand it. She was always giving, 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 and I think that example is phenomenal, and that if we all did that, what a place this world would be.